You came from such a horrible situation. You know, there are people that come from, you know, half as bad a situation as you did, and their life is a mess, and they're never able to turn it around, okay? But there's something that you said in that story. You said that you took responsibility for your life, okay? Can you share with people what is that about? What is it about taking responsibility? What does that really mean to take responsibility for your life, and how does that change, you know, your perception and your possibility?
Yeah, that's a really, really awesome question, Norbert. Here's till age of 21, like literally before I got, you know, into personal development and for the first time started hearing successful people, it was more like, well, my circumstances dictated who I was. And I bought into it. So it was more like, well, you know, I was born in a poorest country in Central Asia. Yes, I was born with those circumstances where I felt like I was a second-class person. Yeah, no wonder. Yes, I didn't got maybe all this stuff. You know, at some point I'm like, well, I was not intelligent as other people are, not talented as other people are. And it was all blaming my circumstances and looking at what I went through, and I was justifying who I was looking at my circumstances rather than saying, hey, okay, the circumstances are there, that's great. Who did I become? What do those circumstances mean to me now? They were there, especially if they were past. I can change anything. I can go back and revamp, you know, where I was born, you know, how I grew up. But what I can control is the meaning that I give to my circumstances.
The meaning that you give to your circumstances.
Yeah, and that's when I learned that, yes, I can change the past, but by changing the meaning the past has for my life, I can make it, instead of an obstacle, I make it a stepping stone for my success. And this year, really, it uncovered events. Like, for example, the fact that I was really feeling always a second-class person, and it led me to really serve people. I mean, I met with billionaires, I met to homeless people, and I learned to love people. So when I went through a depression, I was jealous of a homeless person, like genuinely jealous, because I looked at him and I'm like, if you die, nobody would care. And I'm like, I wish I'd be in that position, because on my side, I had from my dad's side, you know, they were, you know, in leadership in churches and other things. So if I would do something to me, it would be a ripple effect on a whole, you know, a lot of people. And I genuinely, so it created value in looking at someone that was homeless. And then, you know, and now when I see a homeless person, and I'm like, wow, I'm genuinely like care, because I know I wanted to be you one of those days.
Oh, wow.
And the circumstances that God put me in is humbled me and broke some of the stuff, even though I was already broke, but there's still elements that he needed to shake me up to be able to connect with people from all walks of life. And plus, because I've always felt low self-esteem, I served people from since I was a child. It was more, how can I make this person feel amazing about him? Because if I can do it, he won't reject me. But that skill become my greatest asset, because now, you know, people say, Evan, how do you network with tens of thousands? I mean, I met tens of thousands of people that I build relationship with. Why? Because I love to serve. And now I could look at it and say, well, that's my past, you know, well, now I made it to my greatest asset, which is my ability to connect with people from all walks of life in a very meaningful way and genuinely. And if that situation wouldn't be there, that I went through all those challenges, I would never have the skill to do that. And so, and like I said, now I'm giving it a different meaning, and I'm like, look, I am so excited. I'm so happy that the depression happened, because it did something within me. It allowed me, and this is something interesting, it allowed me to become authentic. I was trying to be everything for all the other people, and now when that happened, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I have to be me, because I didn't have an identity. And it really opened up the true me. And if that wouldn't happen, I don't know if I still would be as open as I am today. So all those events that have happened in our life really I took them, like I said, as an obstacle, which till age 21, I looked at them as an obstacle. This is the reason why I'm here.
Right.
Now I said, no, no, no. This is the reason why I'm going there.
Wow.
And changing that perspective by giving it a different meaning was what really became a foundation stone and that, desperate why in my life to create success.